Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Finale. Here are film disasters, 9 things that went wrong while making Star Wars. Let's get into the video. Number 9, studios didn't want to make the movie. Lucas didn't immediately get to spend all his time working on Star Wars. According to the Cinema of George Lucas, Lucas first wrote the script for American Graffiti and brought it to United Artists, who passed on the space opera concept he proposed. American Graffiti was picked by Universal Pictures, and Lucas spent 2 years working on the project before going back to his space opera concept. According to the Secret History of Star Wars, United Artists saw potential in the film yet still declined to finance it. Universal Pictures and Walt Disney Productions also declined. Number 8, Lucas rewrote the script multiple times and then decided to split it. The world of Star Wars has expanded over time with more and more additions to its lore, but even when Lucas's first film already introduced numerous details about the galaxy far, far away, this of course was the result of Lucas carefully planning different aspects of the world he wanted to create. Lucas allegedly wrote 4 different versions of the Star Wars original, though the script and its details evolved and varied greatly throughout the process. According to Empire of Dreams, the story of the Star Wars trilogy, the director had to split the first film into a trilogy after realizing it was too long. He brought the third draft of the script to the 20th Century Fox, which granted him a budget of $5 million before eventually increasing it to $8.25 million. Number 7, Lucas had to create his own visual effects company just for the film. Star Wars was not only difficult to create because of the tight budget, but also because of the technologies needed that simply weren't around at the time. Moreover, Lucas found out that 20th Century Fox's visual effects department had actually been disbanded, which meant that there wouldn't be anyone to work on their movie effects anymore. Thus, in 1975, the director formed Industrial Light and Magic, known simply as LIM, the visual effects company that would become known for its work on Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, Star Trek, Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible, and many more. Number 6, there were some issues with cinematography. Initially, Lucas wanted to hire cinematographer Jeffrey Unsworth, who had previously worked on Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey. Unsworth first accepted the job, but then left to work on a matter of time. Lucas now had to look for another cinematographer to replace Unsworth, and settled on Gilbert Taylor, who had worked on Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove. But problems didn't stop there. Because Lucas was busy with other aspects of production, Taylor had to plan out cinematography on his own. Number 5, filmmakers were behind schedule as a result of a series of unfortunate events. Principal photography began in Tunisia, where Tatooine was to be filmed. However, due to a series of unfortunate events, the filmmakers fell behind schedule. According to the Cinema of George Lucas, during the first days of shooting, props would malfunction and various electronic devices would break down. In addition to that, a rainstorm took the country and the filmmakers by surprise. Number 4, the cast and crew didn't take the job seriously. While Star Wars is rightfully considered a classic now, nobody thought of it as a masterpiece at the time. Even during production, the cast and crew were mostly skeptical about it, considering it unintentionally humorous at times. According to Empire of Dreams, the story of the Star Wars trilogy, actor Kenny Baker, who portrayed R2-D2 throughout the movie, would be a failure, while Harrison Ford found Princess Leia's hairstyle strange and Chewbacca a giant in a monkey suit. Number 3, Lucas was diagnosed with hypertension and exhaustion during production. But even though the cast and crew seemingly treated the project with less seriousness than Lucas did, they still saw how much he was investing into it. According to Empire of Dreams, the story of the Star Wars trilogy, the cast would attempt to make Lucas smile as he often looked tired, with the director eventually diagnosed with hypertension and exhaustion during production. This was a result of all the stress the director had to endure. Number 2, editing had its own problems. According to the making of Star Wars, Lucas and editor John Jimson began cutting the movie while filming in Tunisia still went on. Jimson was unaware of the story Lucas intended to tell, so the rough cut he presented to Lucas was quite different from what Lucas envisioned. Halfway through production, Lucas fired Jimson. Jimson was replaced by Paul Hirsch, Richard Chew, and Marina Lucas. According to Star Wars 4: A New Hope, a lost scene from the sci-fi movie Lexicon 3, many scenes were cut to improve pacing. Number 1, early cut of the film had mixed reactions. During post-production, ILM was struggling to create the perfect special effects needed for a movie like Star Wars. This is why the early cut Lucas screened to studio executives and director friends didn't have the special effects in place, yet had a different crawl from the final version, among other things. Lucas was allegedly disappointed by the reactions of his director's friends, including Brian De Palma and John Milius. However, Steven Spielberg would later say he was one of the few people who actually enjoyed that cut at the time. On the other hand, studio executives Alan Ladd Jr. and Gareth Wigan loved the film. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.